Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Hey, Base Supply, this is Richard.
Hi, Richard. My name's Randy. I'm in Farmington, New Mexico, just down the street from you. I'm a locksmith, and I've never worked on a Kawneer door before. And I was wondering if there's any way, what I'm trying to do is the customer's key is just spinning in the cylinder, and they wanted me to look at it, so I said, yeah, sure. But I can't figure out how to get that lever off of there. And what I'm trying to do is figure out what model I'm looking at. Is there any way to tell?
Of the exit device?
Yes, and or the lever.
Well, Kawneer has two basic types of exit devices, two styles. They have the panel line, which will be obvious because it has about a 10 or 12-inch tall touchpad. That's about 2/3 of the width of the door. And then there's the regular touch bar stuff that looks like a 99. So those are either rim or concealed vertical rod. So which do you have?
Okay, a rim.
Okay, beautiful. You have a 1786. So what you want to do is remove the exterior trim.
Right.
Okay.
To get to that cylinder, to get to the cylinder, assuming I have to remove the exterior trim.
What do you want to accomplish?
I want to be able to pull the cylinder out and look at the back of the trim to make sure everything's tight and doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, right on. So the bottom line is the head case has to come off so you can get to the screws that are holding the exterior rectangular escutcheon on.
Okay, so I've gotten that part accomplished. And that's on the inside of the door.
Right.
And so I've got the screws exposed, but so what I did was there was a screw way down towards the bottom of the escutcheon, and I took it out.
Yeah.
And the escutcheon and all that, the lever, whatnot, would pivot up towards the lock, but I don't see anywhere where there's another screw to take out towards the top.
There's two more.
Okay, would they be, why would it pivot if I had two more?
Because it could be the installation instructions I'm looking at show only one, and the trim that I have on my desk has two preps for screws. And
I mean, I've spent the last hour looking at your videos and whatnot on YouTube.
Yeah, so you removed one at the bottom.
One, and that was the only one there. Okay. There's not even another screw hole.
So the trim I'm holding has two at the bottom. I mean, I'm literally holding a 133648. So mine has two at the bottom. So yeah, there's one more above. There's one at the top.
I should be able to access that from the inside, correct?
Well, let's take a look. The issue is the answer is yes, but the device is going to have to come off for you to get to that screw, and there's just a small amount of relief that's created for that, meaning there is a rectangular prep on the exterior face of the door for that to sit in. There's only a small, tiny preparation made for that fastener to slide over the wall thickness. That fastener for the exterior escutcheon at the top does not go all the way through the door. You'll have it only actually holds it onto the trim on the outside. And just in your mind's eye, imagine how you would hang a picture if there was a keyhole slot, or I just hung a hose reel. It's a keyhole, is what it is. Just think of an old bit key prep, a skeleton key prep.
Right.
It's kind of like that. So if you're at a computer and you go to my website, I can direct you to where the instructions are that show it.
Yeah, I've been on your website, like I said, for the last hour. And I've looked at all the instructions on every one of those things.
So then revisit page 3.
Back up here. Page 3. And for Kawneer, I'm only seeing 2 pages.
Yeah. So here's what we want to do. Ted, I'm going to hold both your hand and your elbow. So let's go together. Type in the search box 133648-40.
Okay.
When that comes up, click on it, and then scroll down and look for installation instructions on the right side.
Okay, got it. I'm there.
Go to the 3rd page of the document, middle on the right side.
Okay. And then, yeah, I see that little keyhole.
Yeah.
So how do I get to that?
Well, I mean, look at the bottom center of page 3.
So I pull that screw out of the bottom,
Yeah,
and that screw's going to be either, well, there's only one.
Yeah, and I think the reason that there are 2 preps down there is probably because it's a non-handed piece of hardware, and it's probably got everything to do with where it's being installed based on relationship to maybe a stop. So the one screw at the bottom is going to come out. We know that.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
through the function hole preparations on the egress side of the opening, you should be able to get your screwdriver in there and loosen that top screw, and then let the trim come down. Let it come down 3/8 of an inch or whatever.
Okay, so am I going to have to take off the exit device altogether on the inside?
Yes, sir. You got to get to the underside of the head case.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Because other exit devices that I've worked on, I'd never had to remove the actual exit device. I was able to get the lever off without doing that.
Yeah, well,
and granted, those probably were substandard exit devices, but
not necessarily, not at all. The bottom line is, I'm an ALOA member. I'm a CPL with ALOA, and you and I know that you can be on the job 30 years, and you know the first day of that 31st year, you're learning something new.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Guy asked me today how to replace on a Rytan key machine something that's just, I've never did it before, but now I know.
Yep. Okay, so I guess I'll print this out and take it with me, and hopefully I don't tear it up to the point I can't put it back together.
Well, so what's wrong with the exterior trim? Why do you need to get under the hood?
Well, like I was saying, the customer, her key will go in the lock and it turns, but it just spins. It's not actually locking anything.
And the key comes out okay? There's not a problem.
Yeah,
that key is, yeah.
The key's fine.
Yep.
I don't think it's a matter of tightening up the cam on the inside. I think it's more of it may have worked itself out somehow.
Well, there is what's referred to on page 3 as the lock arm switch on the left side in the center. You can hear me clicking it back and forth. If that bad boy gets loose, your key's just going to spin, and the function's just going to be stuck in whatever it is. The lever will either be always inoperable or always operable.
Okay. Time to learn something new today, I guess.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's fun. It's our chosen career.
Yeah, it is. Very much so. Like I said, I just hope I don't tear something up to the point I can't put it back together and make it work again.
Yeah, I don't think so. There is, on that same page, there's a video link. Maybe there's not. Let's see, 1336. What's that part number? 48. Yeah, okay. So in YouTube, if you type in 133648, the top 2 videos that come up for me are me blabbing on about that trim. So the point of that is you'll be able to get inside of there, and there's one that's called How to Convert a Kawneer 133648 from a classroom to a storeroom function. For sure, I'm going to show the back of the
I
You
was
should be
just
able to
watching.
scrub through there and get a look at what that cam switch looks like, because I may even remove it. I don't remember what I did.
Yeah.
But you'll at least see a picture of it.
Yep. Yeah, I was watching it here not too long, just a few minutes ago before I called.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your help, sir.
I suppose it could have come loose. The issue is, it'd be nice to have one. It's just those things are ghastly expensive.
Right.
I think it's, the bottom line is you can tell the client I can buy one and you can pay for it. And no matter what, you may save a service call if I don't have to replace it. But,
right.
Yeah.
Well, my biggest worry is getting the head case put back together correctly. So the discussion and all that'll go on, right? You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, but in my website, let's look. If you search 1786-40, let's say, I mean, there's not much happening there. I mean, what's a real hassle is if you have to change the dogging device on those things, because you've got to thoroughly take the damn thing apart. So,
right.
like a Von Duprin, get the end cap off. Then slide the cover off. Then you're going to get that single screw holding the end cap bracket on. You'll have access to that. Then there are only 2 screws in the head case. And that's just right out of the installation instructions for the 1786. I mean, you got to get the head case cover off, and there's probably 4 screws for that. That comes off.
There's 4 screws for that.
Yeah, and then below there's just going to be 2 screws that hold the device on the door at the latching side, and then you got a single screw at the other end that you just need to loosen to then slide the whole thing off of the end cap bracket. I don't think you're going to blow anything up. Kawneer might be
you don't know me.
Not yet, anyway. Kawneer might be unconventional, but their stuff just does. It's not like it's, I had a guy call me up and really lean into me like a root, like I was a tied goat, and talking about how the exit device was no good. This was a transatlantic that my family's had been selling for decades. A spring broke. Well, I go to the job site, and he welded the exit device to the door, his installer. And I'm like, yeah, you threw 1,800 degree Fahrenheit at it, and yeah, it melted the spring. So,
oh no,
it's not, you're not going to encounter anything like that.
Okay. All righty. Well, I'm going to give it a whirl. If I get stuck, can I call you?
I hope that you will. My name is Richard.
Yes, sir. I will make sure I write your name and number down.
Awesome.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you for your time.
And to you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.